Come on, come on, come on, come on. This nigga think he a lawyer. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Young Pharaoh think he Donald Trump lawyer today. Hurry up, get in the building. We can get this shit started. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get this shit started. Jaded, Nequa, what's up? This nigga think he live right now. And this nigga think he Donald Trump lawyer. He talking about the case, acting like he a lawyer, talking to, oh my God, you gotta hear the shit he's saying right now. It is hilarious. I think this might be the funniest shit yet. You gotta hear the shit he's saying right now. DJ, I know you over there. I know you over there listening to this nigga think he Donald Trump lawyer. Oh man. I know you over there listening to that shit. Max, what's up? This nigga think he Donald Trump lawyer. Oh man, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up so we can get started. We ain't doing no intros, nothing. We going straight into it. I got a cookout going over here, so I gotta hurry up and get this done. You just came from your workout? That's what's up. It's on this side. See, this is how you flip the hair over like a man. Boom. You ain't got to do all that shit he be doing. This nigga think he's Donald Trump's lawyer, sis. Trip C's in the building. What's up? I ain't never seen no crazy shit like this in my life. This nigga crazier than a fish with titties. This nigga crazier than whale titties. He over there talking about it. He think he acting like he Donald Trump lawyer and he can get him off from the shit he in trouble with right now. Shout out the transcript for sending me this shit. Cause I seen the alert saying that he was live, but I wasn't paying it no mind. And then I got a ping, and you know how the bubble pop up. The transcript Joe said he think he a lawyer. So I was like, what? Went to go click on that shit. Lo and behold, this nigga is literally he's throwing around like lawyer term, like lawyer words and the words the legal system use. He's using those type of words. And that's what I'm saying. This nigga think he Madlock. What the fuck is we watching? The Heat of the Night? He the black dude from Heat of the Night. In the heat of the night. Y'all remember that? I used to watch that shit with that and Madlock with my grandma. That was my shit. I don't know what the fuck did he sniff today, but we're going to get started. We got at least 10 people in there. We're going to get started. Oh, man. I want to see what the chat's saying. What is going on? Listen to the lyric. Nice. Hello, my joint. Hope everybody, blah, 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 blah. Dismissed as case. What? These niggas is over there amping. Well, let's get into this.
Yeah, it's the General Froze. Welcome to another powerful live stream. I'm gonna need y'all to excuse my banner in the back. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just come right out and just tell y'all right now. The case need to be dismissed immediately on grounds of violation of his.
It's 95 people watching, but there's like 10 people typing. So it's 95 people watching, but a good 80 of them, 85. A good 85 of them motherfuckers are just in the bushes laughing at this nigga. But let's get into it.
His due process, he was, you know what I'm saying? The judge didn't check the court minutes. Back. Welcome to another powerful live stream. I'm gonna need y'all to excuse my banner in the back. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just come right out and just tell y'all right now. The case needs just immediately on grounds of violation of his due process. He was, you know what I'm saying? The judge didn't check the court minutes, obviously. the evidence is insufficient because the police report is not complete.
Oh no, he don't think he's Trump's lawyer. He think he's Travis Rudolph's lawyer. I don't know who the fuck that is.
He was improperly charged. The investigation was done improperly. Once again, this is a clear prosecutorial and judicial misconduct, and you know what I'm saying. Due to the misconduct that took place at the grand jury proceedings, it should have came back a no bill. I doubt he was ever even invited to the grand jury proceedings, and that's violation of his rights to confront his accusers. A six.
Nigga, what you watch? Fox News this morning and memorize what the fuck they said? That's what it sounded like. This nigga was watching Fox News this morning. Where he doesn't memorize that shit, jumped on the. You're throwing legal words around that don't fit in the categories that you're talking about. It is all over the place, buddy.
Amendment. So you know what I'm saying. That's another grounds. You know what I'm saying.
That's another.
And then all of them should have been charged. It should be charged with abusive litigancy. So like I said, I don't
Abusive
understand how the case ever made
litigancy.
it.
Is that a word? Abusive litigancy? Let me make sure I heard that right.
Grounds. You know what I'm saying. And then all of them should have been charged. It should be charged with abusive litigancy. So I like
Abusive litigancy. I want to make sure that's a word. That don't sound right to me. Abusive litigancy. There is no such word as abusive litigancy. It's abusive litigation, or yeah, it's abusive or negligence. Abusive litigation or negligence. What the fuck is abusive litigancy? Yeah, prosecutorial. We said that earlier too. Hey, Professor, I'm glad you're here. When he said it earlier, I was like, what the fuck was that? I don't know who Travis Rudolph is either. But it looked like he just watched some random ass case on Fox News and said, hey, let me go memorize this and talk about it and see act like I'm smart. But listen, let's go back because I want to go back from the beginning. We want to catch these words he's throwing out there.
need y'all to excuse my banner in the back. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just come right out and just tell y'all right now. The case need to be dismissed immediately on grounds of violation of his due process. He was, you know what I'm saying? The judge didn't check the court minutes, obviously. The evidence is insufficient because the police report is not complete. He was improperly charged.
Yeah, I googled it.
The investigation was done improperly. Once again, this is a clear prosecutorial and judicial misconduct, and
Prosecutorial. Prosecutorial. That I don't think that's a word. I don't think that's a word. I'm not finding it. Don't sound like the same word. The word that I'm seeing here doesn't sound like the same word he's saying. Yeah, that's what I'm finding. I don't know what the fuck he's saying. I can't pronounce the word myself, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I can pronounce that word. But the way I'm reading it in my head don't sound the way he's saying.
you know what I'm saying? Due to the misconduct that took place at the grand jury proceedings, it should have came back a no bill. I doubt he was ever even invited to the grand jury proceedings, and that's violation of his rights to confront his accusers.
Okay, right here, you're creating a narrative. You said you doubt he was invited, so that means you don't know. That means you don't know. So that means you need to shut the fuck up. because you're creating narratives in an open case.
Amendment. So
Any attorney would know that that's not good. You shouldn't be doing that. You did you move that? Because I was being careful on now. You knock it off the
you know
table.
what I'm saying? That's another grounds. You know what I'm saying? And then all of them should have been charged and should be charged with abusive litigancy. So like I said,
Abusive litigancy, bro. That's not a word, is it? That's not a legal. That's not a word, is it? Abusive litigancy, isn't it? Abusive litigation. I've never heard of abusive litigancy. I've heard of abusive litigation.
I don't understand how the case ever made it to a damn trial. I don't know how this shit ever made this shit to a suppression hearing, let alone out of the grand jury. I'm gonna just be honest with you. And if y'all watching this on
Yeah, a
YouTube, I'm
word
streaming
salad.
on Twitch. I ask that y'all come to Twitch, but like I said, and it's more than that. I'm gonna just run through it. But like I said, I could keep flipping back and forth to my PowerPoints, but I don't feel like keep doing that. But I'm gonna just run through. I'm gonna just run through the case. Here we go. And we gonna watch the fit. Is I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 random clips. I'm not about to sit here and watch that whole 6-hour ass pony show. You know what I'm saying? It's a waste of taxpayers' dollars. You know what I'm saying? No, do you know what I mean? The first of all, how the fuck you gonna introduce
No, he means
evidence to
abusive
the court
litigation.
without charging the damn girl and her brothers with a crime? How is he the only one charged with a crime? Whether he committed a crime or not, the case still should be dismissed because it's improper procedure on the behalf of the United States government. But what I want to say is, you know, whether it's self-defense or not, if he got, how is the burden of proof only on him to establish whether he did it or not? What about exculpatory evidence? The district attorney has an obligation to present
Exculpatory
exculpatory
evidence.
evidence, which is evidence that can not only convict you, but evidence that can not only, that is evidence that can also exonerate. This is
You just
obligational
throwing
for the
words
district
out there
attorney.
to try to,
This is
because
why
you
he's
know the
called a
definition.
district attorney.
Okay, so because I notice you keep doing this, you throw a big word out there and then you tell the definition of the word. So what you're doing here is a word salad. You're throwing a bunch of legal words out there and trying to tell the definition, like you did the same shit with Jabari. This is your shtick here to trying to sound smart, and we're not letting that slide by no more, buddy. That tactic doesn't work anymore. You're not going to just keep throwing word salads out there and be like, oh, this word means this, that, and the third, and then skip to the next bullshit, a word salad, and then do the same thing. This is you that's all you're doing. And how much you want to bet that everything he's saying is probably on these videos that he about to show?
Because when you in the courtroom, technically it's two attorneys in there. It's your attorney and it's the district attorney. The district attorney, like, I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, he's not only a prosecutor, he or she is an attorney too. So how is evidence being introduced? How is we making it to court without actual evidence being introduced?
The same way you keep accusing Little Dirt of drugging you without no actual evidence being produced. The same way you claim that somebody double sold your house without no actual evidence being produced. The same way you claim somebody robbed you without no actual evidence being produced. What, nigga?
His girl even got on the stand, and they even questioned the dude and the girl, and they let it be known that valuable evidence was omitted. Why was it omitted on the 911 phone call that these gentlemen, when they called in, why did they
Eating
omit the
ramen
fact that
noodles
they
again.
that they had firearms when they put up to this man's house? Why did they admit the fact that they came to cause this man bodily harm? When we talking about charging somebody with a crime, in order to establish that something is a crime, you have to have the element of criminality. If a female call you to her baby daddy or boyfriend house or whoever he is, to her, and say come be physically violent to him, even though clearly this is another case of a woman lying and she hit him first, and I don't know why she wasn't charged with assault. At minimum, and it's at minimum she should have been charged with assault. let alone bitch commissioning a murder. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Or commissioning assault. Like she should have, like I said, there's so many charges she could be hit with. But
Oh, okay, I get it. This sounds like a case of a man versus a woman, and he wants a reason to shit on women. He said, "Pay attention to his freestyle of Google." That's what it sounds like. You said Travis Rudolph is an NFL player on trial for the murder regarding the fatal shooting outside of his Lake apartment home. Yeah, but who got murdered? Empress, what's up? Who got murdered?
at minimum, she should have been charged with assault. And like I said, if you fight with your man or your girl,
At minimum,
and you don't call 911,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I
I
feel
thought
like
I
that.
was
But if you
tripping when
gonna
I
be the
heard it
nigga
too. At
first to lie
minimum,
and have somebody pull up, how did this ever make it past a grand jury proceeding? The only way this should have made it past a grand jury proceeding. If anything, they should have been charged, and he shouldn't have been. If they all wasn't gonna be charged, then they should have been charged, and he should have never been charged. Period. Period. Period.
you're not saying nothing.
Like I said, I got the facts to crack your back, and y'all know I come with nothing but these factalities.
What, what
I
are you?
come with nothing but factalities. But let's keep it pushing. We're gonna
What
jump
are
right
you
in. I'm gonna break it
saying? You're
down. Here
not
we go.
saying anything.
Travis Rudolph speaks on deadly shooting. Let's go.
911, what's your emergency? I just heard a ton of shots behind me. I just heard shots fired. It sounded like 10 gunshots. It's a guy out here saying that he's just been shot.
April 7th, 2021. 911 calls for help flood into dispatch around midnight.
Things escalated so quickly.
For the first time, Travis Rudolph talks about the night he says 4 men showed up at his front door.
I just heard a loud bang, as if like the police was at the door.
In exclusive video, we can now see everything playing out on security cameras.
This all happened within seconds. So
okay, so first of all, we have 3 people that should have been charged with trespassing. We have 3 people that should have been charged with trespassing.
Wait, so he got into an argument with his girlfriend, and what she called her brothers and her cousins, and shit went left. That's what it's starting to look like. She went and called her cousins or her brothers or something like that, and shit went left. The 4 men appeared at his doorstep. Yeah. He was defending his home. Yeah,
a bunch of other charges. They should have for sure been charged with trespassing.
No, they shouldn't have. If she invited the men to come to the home to protect her, that's not trespassing. They were invited.
I don't know what else to tell you. They should have for sure been charged with trespassing.
No, they shouldn't have. They didn't just show up for no reason, bro. What are you talking about? See, there you go, talking out your ass. You know what you sound like? You sound like one of those redneck white folks. That's what you sound like. Get her done. That's what you sound like to me. They should have been sure. Why would they think about it? They got into a fight with his girlfriend. 3 niggas show up at his door right after that. Obviously, the girlfriend called these niggas. I'm not saying she did, but that's what it's looking like to me. Obviously, the girlfriend called one of these niggas, and he brought his friends. So that means she was invited. That means these men were invited. Therefore, it is not trespassing. You do not know what the fuck you're talking about. You would be a terrible attorney. Can you shut the door away, bro?
So, like I said, is the police or the government just only out to get successful black people? That's what it seemed like. If you get money, it's supposed to be the land of the free and where you could get your money. It seemed like shit. The more money you get, the government only want to target you. Because I would have put, like I said, at minimum after watching this tape, if his ass was gonna be charged, and it was a possibility that this might or might not have been facts, that this might or might not have been self-defense. In order for that to have got there, we would have had to say why he was defending himself. So she should have been charged with assault, because the assault that she committed against
I don't
him
really care about the case.
is what caused them to become into a physical altercation, and then that is what evolved into her, you know, in the heat of the moment, calling these 3 assailants here, 2, 3, 4, however many of them is in the video, to physically assault, and if not, potentially commit a murder.
So that means you see, you just fuck you see.
Now you see something? You know you done fucked up, right?
No, I said no. I said I pulled into the garage at
You know you done fucked up, right?
No.
You fucked up. Now remember how I just said it's not trespassing because the girl probably called them. Listen to what this jackass say.
That she committed against him is what caused them to become into a physical altercation, and then that is what evolved into her, you know, in the heat of the moment, calling these 3 assailants here, 2, 3, 4.
So you're aware that she called them, or you're assuming that she called them the way I'm assuming that she called them. So why are you saying that they're trespassing if you're aware of this? This is how you know he doesn't know shit about the law. On one hand, you're saying they're trespassing, and then in the same breath, you say, in the heat of the moment, trying to throw her under the bus, say she called them. Then that means they're not trespassing. They were invited there.
However many of them is in the video, to physically assault, and if not, potentially commit a murder, commit another assault, which technically could be classified as gang assault if you really wanted to be petty. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the potentiality of him maybe or maybe not committing a act of self-defense is in the question.
Hold on, let's make sure that's real. Gang assault. Yep, gang assault in the first degree, gang assault in the second degree. There is. Okay, so hold on. What's the definition of gang assault? Gang assault is a type of assault that involves at least 3 people involved in assault of one or more persons. So he's right about that.
Is there any error in his statement via he says he ran outside with that M16 because his brother was getting jumped and they brandished weapons? Now, me personally, I wouldn't have ran outside after they was leaving. I would have stayed my ass in the house. But if his brother is getting jumped and they aiming guns and he run outside with an AR, that's understandable. But if that's not true, then technically that's no longer self-defense. If they leaving,
yeah, once they leaving, like that's a new law now. Somebody breaks into your house, if they turn to run, you can't do anything. You can't chase them. You're not supposed to do anything. If you shoot them in the back, anything, even if they're on your property and you shoot them in the back, you're going to jail because they try to escape and you're not the law. So you ain't never see that movie where the bull went to jail for that. The bull broke into his house and the bull was running over the gate and he shot him. The white bull, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but he was running. So that's probably why they're trying to charge him, if they are trying to charge him, because they can say that the guys were leaving. Mm-hmm.
And then you run outside and start
Sherlock Daniels over here.
That's on you. But technically, he just caught a free body because this whole case should be in the garbage anyway, because the defective is indictment, because the chain of command was completely broke. The investigation was improper. The DA did not fulfill his duty to disclose exculpatory evidence, violating his 6th Amendment right to confront his right to confront his accusers.
Bro, you sound like you're memorizing something that you saw on a news clip, bro. It just sounds like something going off the memory of a news clip, word for word. I guarantee you, if I look up a clip, I'll probably find it somewhere.
And his right to be present at the grand jury, and his right his due process, and also the case cannot be properly tried because all elements or prima facie evidence have not been established because you never charged the
He
woman
said
that caused
what?
it all. Evidence have not been established. The case cannot be properly tried because all elements or prima facie evidence have not been established because
Prima
be properly
facie.
jury, and his right his due process, and also the case cannot be properly tried because all elements or prima facie evidence have not been.
All elements of prima facie evidence. Now let's Google that. Prima facie evidence. They can't even fucking. Hold on. What he meant by prima facie. Prima facie evidence. I don't think it's pronounced that. It's spelled Prima. Wouldn't that be prima? Because wouldn't premium be PRE? They got that vowel in there. Got that I in there. And facie is spelled FACIE. Is he pronouncing that right? It's pronounced prima facie, and it means on its face. He pronouncing it right? Okay. Wait, so in it, hold on, it means on its face? That's what that means? What's the definition of the word prima facie? Significant says prima facie may be used as an adjective meaning significant to establish a fact or raise a presumption unless disproved or rebutted. That doesn't make. I don't know. That didn't make sense. No, it's fascia. So he is pronouncing it wrong. I'm looking at it like that don't look right. Definition means based on the first impression. So let's see if he was using that right, because I don't think he used that right. He don't sound like he said it right or used it right.
The DA did not fulfill his duty to disclose exculpatory evidence, violating his Sixth Amendment right to confront his right to confront his accusers, and his right to be present at the grand jury, and his right his due process, and also
you keep saying right to be present at the grand jury. You said you did not know if he saw the grand jury or not. You see, you went from there you go, spread narrative. So you take shit and put your own narrative to it, because you just told us that I'm pretty sure he didn't see the grand jury. That means you don't know if he did or didn't. And now you're confirming that they violated his rights for not letting him see the grand jury. Do you know or do you not know? Because just a few seconds ago you said you didn't know. You're creating narratives.
The case cannot be properly tried because all elements or prima facie evidence have not been established because you never charged the woman that caused it all. You never charged the person.
All evidence of prima facie evidence. I don't. If that means based on the first impression, That means he said all evidence of the first impression. That doesn't sound right. He just threw that in there. I knew he just throwing word salads together. That it didn't sound right. What's up, Seth? That didn't sound right at all.
That caused it all. The female
Oh yeah, our stream yard is due. So if y'all want to support the channel, get that back up and running. The Cash App is going along your screen at the bottom.
should have been charged because she the one that started the fight and she the one that made the phone call that even made them there. So she should have been charged with assault and.
Oh wait, so you're saying she should be charged because they got into a fight? How do you know that she started the fight between them? One, two, because she got scared and called her brothers for help, she should get charged with assault. You just hate women and you want to see her go down too. That's it. Because I don't see nothing that she did wrong. She probably was scared. You don't know what the fuck what was really going on in that fight. You weren't there. She got scared and called her brothers or whoever she called. That's not illegal. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Any other proper charges leading up to this, they asses should have been charged with assault, trespassing, menacing. If the gun is not legal, criminal possession of a weapon in whatever proper degrees they jurisdiction. If the guns was legal, then they should have been charged with reckless endangerment and improper use of a firearm. And then his ass should have
reckless endangerment and improper use of a firearm. I don't think that would fit in that category. I don't think that would fit in that category. If they get into a fight and somebody feels like they're defending themselves, I don't think that's reckless endangerment. Look, man, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a lawyer, but nothing he's saying sounds right at all.
have been charged with manslaughter or and maybe public endangerment. And then that's how the shit should have got introduced to the grand jury. Then they all should have been called to the grand jury to testify.
That's what it's trying to sound like to me too.
To show up, and then from that point on, they should have all explained what the fuck happened with all of the evidence there, and the 32 people at the grand jury would have either said bill or no bill. And then from there, the shit would have been transferred to the local clerk.
Bill or no? Wait, what?
All people introduced to the grand jury, then they all should have been indicted. If the guns is not legal, criminal possession of a weapon in whatever proper degrees they jurisdiction. If the guns was legal, then they should have been charged with reckless endangerment and improper use of a firearm. And then his ass should have been charged with manslaughter or and maybe public endangerment. And then that's how the shit should have got introduced to the grand jury. Then they all should have been called to the grand jury to testify and subpoenaed if they refused to show up. And then from that point on, they should have all explained what the fuck happened with all of the evidence there. And the 32 people at the grand jury would have either said bill or no bill.
Bill or no bill? What? And where are you getting the grand jury from? Don't you go see a grand jury after a trial? Like like if you got a problem with the trial, like you want to take it to a grand jury? Don't you do that after the trial?
What did you say, Bill?
Hold on. Let's. I think he got it bad.
If the was legal, then they should have been charged with reckless. Should have been charged because she the one that started the fight and she the one that made the phone call that even made them there. So she should have been charged with assault and any other proper charges leading up to this. They asses should have been charged with assault, trespassing, menacing. If the guns is not legal, criminal possession of a weapon in whatever proper degrees they jurisdiction. If the guns was legal, then they should have been charged with reckless endangerment and improper use of a firearm. and then his ass should have been charged with manslaughter or and maybe public endangerment. And then that's how the shit should have got introduced to the grand jury. Then they all should have been called to the grand jury to testify. And
that's what you see. That should have been. You're skipping the whole entire trial. Okay, the grand jury decides if it's enough evidence to charge him. You see the grand jury to see if you're going to get charged. Okay. But still, he's saying they should have charged them. So you charge them after so the grand jury decides if you're going to get charged, right? So why do you keep saying they should have charged them? And then say you got to go see the grand jury?
Because when you get charges brought upon you, you're not charged yet. It's just like, yeah, there's charges brought upon you. But once you get in front of the judge and you get pronounced guilty of that charge, then it's on you.
Oh, okay. I get it. All right.
Charged with assault, trespass, missing. If the guns is not legal, criminal possession of a weapon in whatever proper degrees of their jurisdiction. If the guns was legal, then they should have been charged with reckless endangerment and improper use of a firearm. And then his ass should have been charged with manslaughter or.
Oh wait, so okay. See, I knew something wasn't right. So the man is already in trial, and you keep talking about this grand jury shit. I knew something didn't sound right. He keeps talking about he should have took this to the grand jury, and there's something about the grand jury, and he keeps bringing up the grand jury, but they're already in trial. He's in his second. He says Rudolph. She said right now Rudolph has his second day of his regular trial. So that means they're past the grand jury.
It's like it's overall, so it's pretty much saying like he should be presenting in all these days of trial. This is what he should be bringing to the jury. The people that's going to get the verdict.
Okay, he's saying what should have happened.
Yeah, like what they should be showing.
Okay.
And maybe public endangerment. And then that's how the shit should have got introduced to the grand jury. Then they all should have been called to the grand jury to testify and subpoenaed if they refused to show up. And then from that point on, they should have all explained what the fuck happened with all of the evidence there, and the 32 people at the grand jury would have either said bill or no bill.
Bill or no bill. That.
And then from there, this shit would have been transferred to the local county clerk. County clerk would have got it to the judge's chambers, and the judge is supposed to review the court minutes, aka the stenography of the grand jury proceedings, to see if the bill or no bill was sufficient. Judge got an obligation to do this. If they don't do this, this is judicial misconduct. I argued this as well in my case. And then that right there, when the judge say, get this shit out of my face, this is a defective.
Yeah, you lost. And when you argued your shit, you lost. And it don't sound right. My brother over here shaking his head too. It don't. Went to one process, only at the end and dropped all the way back to the middle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's jumped.
That trial joint, and you in trial. The jury that's sitting there judging you. That's the jury, nigga.
That's what I've been trying to say. He's jumping processes.
If you lose that shit, then in some cases you can put in an appeal to get back to trial to get judged again by niggas.
See, that's what I was trying to say earlier. He's jumping processes. It don't sound right. It seems like he's jumping. He's from the beginning, then going to the end of the case, then jumping back to the middle, and then jumping. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Something not sounding right. He's bouncing back and forth. The procedure he's describing that's why I kept saying it sounds like he's going off memory, and he's trying to memorize the shit, but he's mixing it up.
He's trying to put certain cases where you can take it to higher district levels.
And then you notice every case that he does, he always try to find some way to be like, I did this with my judge. This is how I know that you're full of shit, and all you're doing is describing your case and throwing the characters in that case into it. You see what I'm saying? He's taking his story, but taking the characters from another story and adding it so he can be like, I did that with my judge. Nigga, you lost when you did it. So stop bringing the shit up like you keep bringing it up like it worked when you did it.
Too much Soprano.
Yeah, nigga, stop watching. You nigga, stop watching Law and Order. Stop watching Law and Order SVU, nigga. This nigga be watching Law and Order with Criminal Intent and shit. Nothing he's saying making sense. I knew something wasn't right. I'm like, wait a minute. How did we get here? Hold on. How did we get back here? That's what I was trying to say, but I couldn't get it out. I'm like, yo, he's jumping back and forth.
With manslaughter or and what it may be public endangerment. And then that's how the shit should have got introduced to the grand jury. Then they all should have been called to the grand jury to testify and subpoenaed if they refused to show up. And then from that point on, they should have all explained what the fuck happened with all of the evidence there. And the 32 people at the grand jury would have either said bail or no bill.
Bill or no bill
would have been transferred to the local county clerk. County clerk would have got it to the judge's chambers. And the judge is supposed to review the court minutes, aka the stenography of the grand jury proceedings to see if the bail or no bail was sufficient. Judge got an obligation to do this. If they don't do this, this is judicial misconduct. I argued this as well in my case. And then that right there would have made the judge say, get this shit out of my face. This is a defective indictment. You're not about to waste my time and waste further taxpayers' money with this bullshit.
So why didn't it work with your case?
There isn't no stenographer inside
the grand jury
room because they could be persuasive in any type of way. That's all.
So they don't got no stenographer there.
Of a group of people that's bouncing back and forth their opinions, and they got to go through a voting system, and whatever votes for yes or no, for guilty or non-guilty, that's what it is. There's no outside source.
Yeah, I don't. When is there a stenographer in the jury?
That's why they blocked off from their families and all that during that time.
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk to nobody about the case. I knew, bro. 32. That's why I said 32 people. And then he said the stenographer. When you ever see a stenographer in the room when the jury, whether it's a grand jury or regular jury, whenever you ever see a stenographer in the room while they're making their decision.
You don't get to see, because we don't get to see them in the room.
I don't remember any I've never been to a grand jury, but I've seen a regular jury, and I ain't never seen no motherfucking stenographer in there. I've had jury duty before, and it wasn't no stenographer up in that motherfucker. Only on trial, right? He said he means the court reporter, aka even during that, the court reporter or the stenographer. Nobody's in that room but the jury.
Yeah, only when they come out into the courtroom.
Only when they come out into the courtroom and make their decision. That's when that's where he's just making shit up. Like he's equating his trial. He's equating his case with this one. This is all he's trying to do. He's trying to line up his case with this case to make he keep trying to use other people's cases to make him seem right about what he did when he wrote that judge up. Nigga, you lost. Let it go. You lost.
And like I said, her brothers would have just been dead, and this would have been a free body, and that bitch would have just had to be mad that, like I said, indictment, you're not about to waste.
And you looking for a reason to talk shit about Golden Booty and her brothers. Her brothers would have been dead. Come on, bro. We know who you aiming at.
My time and waste further taxpayers' money with this bullshit. And like I said, her brothers would have just been dead, and this would have been a free body, and that bitch would have just had to be mad that she started a fight and got her brothers killed.
Look, that bitch would have just been mad.
But
come on, bro.
Let's keep it pushing. So
we know who that's aimed at.
Out on security cameras.
This all happened within seconds. So my brother was the first one to get to the door, so I was worried about his safety as well.
According to court.
Now, I'm gonna tell you another error that I see his brother made. I don't know how old they is. I ain't gonna sit here and try to little boy him or young boy him, but I'm gonna just tell you what I would have did. If three people that I mean, obviously I don't know if they know each other or not. I ain't in their business. I'm gonna just be going me. If 3 people that I don't know come to my door, I'm not opening my door. I don't give a fuck who you are. Because like I said, just because you dress like the police don't mean you the police. We didn't see this
All right, well, just because you a bitch ass nigga don't mean everybody else is a bitch ass nigga neither.
already. But long story short, I'm not coming outside. Whatever you want, you can speak to me through the door. And if
Everybody ain't a scary ass nigga like you. Everybody ain't a scary ass nigga like you. I don't know. You can't how you trying to little boy him? You actually making yourself sound like a little boy. 3 niggas knocking on my door. I'm clicking. What the fuck y'all want? The fuck y'all at my door for?
you want to commit a violent act against me bad enough, you have to breach my motherfucking threshold. I'm not coming outside to put myself in harm's way or in way of bodily harm. Now y'all can say what I would say. Y'all can say whatever y'all want at home, or you go. I'm not sticking my head out no window. I'm not doing none of that. If 3 people I don't know come to my house,
That's fine.
so I can make sure that it's self-defense. So I can make sure that don't nobody say I started the fight.
Stop, nigga.
Yes.
Cause you can start a fight from inside the house, nigga. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You just a bitch ass nigga.
If whatever you come into my house about, you got a problem with it enough, your ass gonna have to kick that door. And once you kick that door, it's up. But long story short, and then another thing is, it's like even with the 3 men, it's like, nigga, it ain't that bad. Whatever the fuck this bitch is calling you about, it ain't that bad because she ain't even got the decency to be outside when y'all pull up. She's still in the house. So it ain't no telling how long it took them to get there. So by the time they got there, she probably wasn't even mad no more about the shit.
You getting in chop.
Her anger about the shit probably went down. Now they didn't pull it up, and here we go. Let's keep it pushing, though. Let's keep it pushing.
Court records, Rudolph and his
I
then
got my
girlfriend
porridge
Dominique
again, y'all.
Jones got into a fight early.
Now apparently she's mad because he had another female in his phone. Now, if you gonna hit your partner, like I said, I've been hit by my girlfriends plenty of times.
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro, don't go there. Don't do it. That's why you wanted to highlight this shit. That's why you wanted to highlight this shit. Golden Booty must have pissed him off. Between last night and now.
They've been wrong as
Or
hell.
Camille.
I just never called the 911 on them or blazed their ass. But long story short, she could have hit this nigga and left it at that. Like I said, by the time if what you arguing with your partner about is not serious enough to where you trying to get the fuck out of the house, bitch, why are you trying to escalate it to violence? Probably would have been back with him anyway. And I feel like, bitch, if you gonna date a nigga that's getting money and they famous, like I said, I don't know what their agreement is, nigga. If you gonna cheat on this girl, leave. Shorty, if you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know what their agreement is. I don't know if they polygamous or monogamous. I ain't in their business, so I can't speak that far. All I'm gonna say is, if he gonna lie to this girl and cheat on her and hurt her feelings like that, he should have just left. If she knew what he was doing and she acting like she ain't know, I don't know, then she shouldn't have been playing this role. But I feel like at the end of the day, when somebody
Shut the fuck up. You don't know what was going on.
Cheat.
You right, bro. You should have shut the fuck up. You don't know what's going on. And all you're trying to do is project your relationship onto theirs. That's all you're doing right now. You're about to find a way to project this shit onto your shit onto them. You're about to find some way. I guarantee you he's about to find some way to talk about his baby mom. And then all the fights that they had or some shit like that. We know this song and dance. How much y'all want to bet that's coming?
It's only sex. Like, as mad as it makes you, it's only sex. And if you hit this man or you hit your partner and you kill him, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be a mind.
It's only sex. So why you ain't had that reaction when you found that crusty rag in Golden Booty apartment? Why you ain't had that reaction when you was stalking Steve at the school when he thought he was clapping them rotten cheeks? It wasn't only sex then. You sound like a hypocrite right now, bro, because you was chasing niggas. You even had the goddamn dean. You tried to call the dean to her school out to try to get him to pull this man out of his class. Why wasn't it only sex then? Why wasn't it just only sex?
Mindful of that. When you go to jail, they gonna be doing whatever the fuck they was doing while you was free 20 times more while you in jail. Like I said, she could have got her head off and left it at that. Nigga, you wrong. Your bitch caught you cheating. Nigga, she done hit you a couple times. Nigga, eat that and kiss and make up. This shit ain't have to go that far. Like I said, I don't know. Like she ain't like I feel like this shit would have not had to go this far had she not called her brothers. She should have just fought it out with her partner.
So let's say she did hit him and his ex-NFL playing ass decide to fight back and he whoop her ass. She wasn't supposed to call her brothers or anybody. She was supposed to just sit there and I don't give a fuck if my sister threw the first punch. You put your hands on my sister, she better call me. You got me fucked up. People like me, I got aunts, a mother, and sisters that love to fight. See, me, I ain't got no excuse. You put your hands on me, I ain't got no excuse. Because I got sisters and the mother and cousins that love to fight. And all they gotta do is hear you raise your hand at me. And they down here in second grade rumble. So it's different for me. But either way, they shouldn't be putting their hands on each other, period. That's what you should be saying. If you're giving low vibration perspectives. That's all you're doing. Anybody on a higher vibration would have said, nobody should have been hitting nobody. Let's just get that out the way. You're condoning domestic violence right now. They should have just fought and beat each other up and not got no help. She should have just let him beat her up and not got no help. What are you talking about here, bro?
And left it at that.
Listen what he just said.
This shit left.
And watch how he says he sighs. You go, take a deep breath. That means he's thinking about his own relationship. Why are you taking such deep breaths like it's like this situation is literally stressing you out? Like you're a part of the situation.
When you go to jail, they gonna be doing whatever the fuck they was doing while you was free 20 times more while you in jail. So like I said, she could have got her head off and left it at that. Nigga, you wrong. Your bitch caught you cheating. Nigga, she done hit you a couple times. Nigga, eat that and kiss and make up.
Bro, you on some toxic shit right now. You're on some toxic shit. A higher perspective would have been like he wrong for cheating in the first place, and she wrong for hitting you. You condoning this shit. Nah, he fucked up and cheated. Take them 2 hits on the chin and kiss and make up. No, nigga, you toxic. No wonder why Golden Booty, bro. You toxic, bro. All you've been showing us is that you be on some toxic shit, bro.
This shit ain't have to go that far. Like I said, I don't know. Like she ain't like I feel like this
That's
shit.
what
This shit
Scotty
would have
trying
not
to
had
take.
to
He
go
trying to
this
be the
far
lead attorney right now.
had she not called her brothers.
Well, that's
She
what
just fought it out with her partner
that's what women do. What?
and left it at that. So this is another case of bitches getting niggas killed. Like I said, doing too much, getting bitches killed, and goddamn.
Doing too much and getting bitches killed, niggas killed. Yeah, she's wrong for swinging on them, but if she called her brothers, that means he fought back and won. There are ways to restrain a woman without throwing a punch. You can grab her arms, you can bear hug her. There's so many ways. Shit, you put her in a figure four for all I goddamn care. You still ain't throwing a punch. Put her in the motherfucking walls of Jericho. Motherfucking the pedigree. Put her ass in the pedigree. Motherfucking figure four leg lock. You're still not throwing a punch. So, and he's an ex-NFL player. That means that man's very strong. No matter how big, I don't give a fuck how big or small you is. If you played in the NFL, you're strong. You're very strong. You have to have a certain level of strength to play in the NFL. Whether you're one of those small wide receivers like Deshaun Jackson, I go ahead and try to fuck with that nigga. I guarantee you that skinny nigga will ball you the fuck up. You gotta have a certain. You said the pedigree is a slam. Can't do that either. No, the pedigree not a slam. Oh, yes, it is. He put the arms behind the joint. I'm thinking the pedigree was that other leg lock. Pedigree is a slam. You're right. You're right. I'm confusing the pedigree with the fucking what's that joint that Bret Hart used to do? What was his joint called? Bret Hart. What was his move called? It was like the walls of Jericho, but he put his leg in the middle and twisted your legs around.
A crucifix? Somebody had a crucifix.
I forgot what his move was. That was my shit. Sharpshooter.
Yeah, that is.
Put her in the sharpshooter. That's what it did. The sharpshooter. Put her ass in the sharpshooter. Still ain't throwing no punches. Put her in the Boston Crab. Right. Put her ass in the Boston Crab. You still ain't throwing no punches, though. So to beat her up, you had to have beat her up or flipped out in such a way that it scared her enough to call her brothers. Nobody is right in this situation. You just want to point the finger at the girl. Everybody is wrong. Everybody. The only innocent person that sound innocent in this situation is the brother. His brother. That's the only one that sound innocent. Everybody else is wrong. He just want to point the finger at the girl and her brothers because he's mad at Golden Booty and her brother.
It is what it is. I don't know what to tell y'all. But here we go. Let me cut the subtitles off. All right, let's go. We right back.
Earlier that night.
Open this door, bro, because it got me.
Oh shit! Oh,
now he called her a bitch, and she. Wait a minute.
Earlier that night.
Open this door, bro, because it got me.
Now he called her a bitch, but technically it's freedom of speech.
Yeah, but when he went like this bitch got me fucked up. He kind of flicked her in the face, and she probably took it as, not only are you calling her a bitch, you flicked her in the face. Watch, he flicks her. He died. He probably didn't do it on purpose. He might have. I don't know, but I can see why she swung on him.
Oh, bro, because it got me.
Now he
Look how
wait a minute.
Earlier that night.
Open this door, bro, because it got me.
Now he called her a.
Oh, he didn't nip her. He didn't nip her, but come on, bro. You cheating on her. He was in the wrong. I ain't even trying to be on the women's side on this one, but I got to call it the way I see it. This nigga was wrong. If she found some shit in your phone, you the one in the wrong in that situation. So for you to go, this bitch got me fucked up. Oh yeah, she gonna swing on you, bro, man. Oh, you should have known that was coming. You come on, man. You should have known that was coming. You should have. Come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You deserve to be busting your mouth. You deserve to be busting your mouth, bro. You calling her a bitch in front of her face? This bitch got me fucked up. And she mollywopping.
Wait a minute.
Earlier that night.
Look like
Open this door, bro, because it got me.
Now he called her a bitch, but technically it's freedom of.
She was trashing him in that doorway. She was whooping his ass in that doorway.
The police can't even hit you if you curse at them.
So what? Yeah, the police ain't regular citizens though. Your comparisons are terrible, bro.
So she lost her temperature.
She lost her temperature. She lost her temperature. That what he said. This is how you know he's throwing around big words. He's just throwing as a word salad. He's just throwing big words around that he memorized without fully knowing the definition of them, because they're not in the right spot when you use them.
So she lost her temperature, aka temper, and she assaulted this man. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Why are you calling it?
So she hit the nigga 4 times because she felt upset. But like I said, technically, even though she may feel disrespected, she technically was only insulted. But she may feel disrespected, whatever. At the end of the day, she the one that committed a crime. Freedom of speech is not a crime.
Bro, a murder happened. A murder happened because of this. And the only thing you want to highlight is that. I wonder why. Can anybody tell me why he wants to only highlight that? We're in class with the Ma'at class today. Class room EL. Room 316. Class of Ma'at, room 316. Course 89 316. I need you to turn around, open your books. Crack your books open. Page 39. Can anybody tell me why he is particularly highlighting this, only highlighting this? That's all he's been talking about. The girlfriend should have been charged with assault. Look, the girlfriend did this, the girlfriend did that. Bro, that ain't the reason why everybody in jail. The Ma'atin University. That ain't the reason why everybody went to jail. I'm pretty sure if that happened and that was just the only thing that happened that night, we wouldn't even be talking about this. So, why are you highlighting it? The murder is what everybody is there for. The murder is what everybody is on trial for. Why do you keep trying to highlight that? What are you trying to make your audience feel? You're just trying to show a bunch of women swinging on men, so it sounds more believable that your baby mom swung on you, and that was your reason for beating them up? Could that be the case? Is that you want people to believe that black women just swing on niggas, so it sounds more believable that Golden Booty and Camille was the abusive ones instead of you? I don't know. Could be.
And cheating on your girlfriend is technically not a crime. It's not a crime. She should have got her hits off. They argued and fought about it and left it alone. Calling 911 was not the thing. Calling 911 was not the thing. I mean, calling your brothers or whoever to come, whatever, was not the thing. It's not that serious. Like, it wasn't that serious. But the case should be thrown out. But like I said, now her brothers are dead. She got to live with that.
They got somebody named Uncle Ruckus in the chat.
She got to live with that. Now, here we go.
Afterwards, she texted her brother, Keyshawn Jones. Evidence shows they both made threats.
Now, she said,
please go
he
shoot
said
his
Travis
ass
is
up.
a dead man walking. She said, go shoot his shit up.
Oh, shit. You're going to jail now.
So, like I said, in any other case, bitch, this would be like putting a hit on somebody.
That's premeditated.
So she should have been charged.
No, what you meant to say was that could be considered premeditated murder. That's what you meant to say. That could be meant to say put a hint. You don't even know the legal terms for what the fuck you just said. That's why I say that put a head out on him. What you meant to say was that could be considered hold on, man, because I'm having a cookout. The cookout's just about to start. The kids is piling in playing flutes and shit. Hold on, let me go check this real quick. All right, I'm back. Who?
This is all the sculpatory evidence.
No.
All elements of the crime it point to her, not him. The prosecutors need to be fired, and the FBI need to roll up on his ass.
What?
Somebody need to roll up on the nigga, not just for prosecutor misconduct, but for malicious prosecution. Facts. Facts. Exactly. That's one of the words you don't want to hear in court. Premeditated. That's one of the words you don't want to hear.
Look, even your audience know. Don't act like you knew what the fuck it was. Now your audience do, but you didn't.
I know. I'm aware of that. Thank you very much. I'm aware of that.
Look what this motherfucker wrote. Yo, Pharaoh, you a prophet. Listen to look at what these motherfuckers be saying to him. They just as crazy, batshit crazy as them.
We got assault, premeditated murder, at least premeditated attempted murder. We got three. I don't know if his brother got jumped. That may be a lie. That may be a false statement. I don't know. I ain't seen it on the camera. But long story short, like I said,
you ain't seen it on the camera. Oh man.
Her and them should have been charged the fuck up before anybody was charged the fuck up. Shouldn't nobody in this case have more charges than than this girl?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Should nobody in this case have more charges, than this woman? I never understood getting brothers and shit involved, just leaving and call it a day. Exactly. Especially when you started it. Especially when you started it. But like I said, this is why I don't deal with certain types of bitches. This is why I do not deal with certain types of bitches.
Yep, and here it go. Here it go. I told you. How did I know he was going to turn that into a way to shit on black folks? Shit on black women.
Especially when you know you started it. Especially when you know you started. But like I said, this is why I don't deal with certain types of bitches, man. This is why I do not deal with certain types of bitches. But let's keep it pushing, man.
If he's the one who got caught cheating, he started it when he started cheating, my nigga. You're trying to excuse his. You're trying to excuse all the red flags and the toxic shit that happened in this situation.
Let's keep it pushing. But as I stated, should nobody have more charges than this female? She should have the most, her brother should have the second most, and then that nigga should have the least. And then that's how the case should have been introduced to the grand jury.
As soon as I came outside,
I'm surprised he ain't
like
put
I
this
said,
shit in
it's
the
too late
power
now.
play and say that it
The
was
only
his
remedy is to throw the fucking case out. That's the only remedy, is to dismiss this motherfucker for multiple grounds that I've already stated. But let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing.
Tyler, like, he sucker punched me to my left eye. It was Tyler and Sebastian. It was like kind of trying to corner me in. And Tyler, he had pulled out his firearm. And during that time, Tyler pulled out his firearm. Sebastian was like, you messed with the wrong girl. You're going to die tonight. And then that's when I went back inside and grabbed my firearm.
The fight spilling out into the street. The video shows Rudolph then running off his property with an AR-15.
I had to do what I had to do, you know what I'm saying, to protect me and my family.
He
My
did.
brother's on the ground, getting jumped by two of those guys, getting kicked. So that's the reason.
Oh yeah,
now, this is the part that may be conflicting. And like I said, this is
ain't no
now
conflicting.
Fight, whether this...
I come outside, two niggas jump my brother, everybody gets shot. He lucky I don't shoot him by accident. I'm letting off. You got me fucked up. Yeah, that's what I ain't get at first neither, Shad. He's like, the FBI needs to be on them. You always trying to put the FBI on somebody. Nigga, shut up.
This shit happened or not, this case still got to get through out. It's too messy. But I said to say this. If his brother wasn't outside actually getting jumped, then he should have ran in the house and stayed in the fucking house.
And left his brother? And left his brother out there. We don't know if his brother was being jumped or not, but it's already established that his brother was outside. So he was supposed to run in the house and leave his brother out there? You're a coward, bro. You's a coward. And oh man, y'all niggas want to go over there and rock with this nigga? He gonna put y'all niggas in the front line and leave y'all niggas outside and lock the door. Oh man, imagine if y'all get into some shit. You go over there with that nigga enjoying Not Nation. He getting into some shit. Jamal, let's say Rashad Jamal come out and hear all the shit he was saying and get back on his gangster shit and start stomping and bumping and thumping, looking for this nigga. He'll send you outside and leave you out there and lock the door. That's what all I'm hearing. You would have left your brother outside.
Got to get through out. It's too messy. But I said to say this. If his brother wasn't outside actually getting jumped, then he should have ran in the house and stayed in the fucking house.
Why would he do that?
If them niggas basically jumped him and backed out on him but didn't shoot him and he ran in the house and got his gun and came back out to shoot, technically that is murder.
No, it's not. He came out to save his brother. That's not, you jackass. You don't know what you're talking about. His brother was still outside with two men that pulled out firearms. So he was supposed to leave his brother outside? Bro, you's a coward.
Technically that is murder.
No, it's not.
Like I said, if two motherfuckers I don't know pull up on me and get to trying to jump me and I make it in the house, I'm gonna just barricade myself in the house.
You know, you keep saying me.
Like I said, you gotta come to me if you want me.
Leaving the brother out.
Sure that I beat this shit on self-defense. So goddamn, long story short, I don't know if goddamn
bitch.
You know, that's true because I can't see it on the camera. But if he went to go save his brother, then you know what I'm saying, and he went to go match their force level. Because if they got a weapon and he going back outside with a weapon, then that's equal force. Then that's not nothing wrong.
Nah,
You know
use a bitch.
he's
Don't
not
try to
doing nothing
clean it
wrong.
up
He's
now.
saving his brother. But if
Nah, nigga, use a bitch. Don't try to clean it up now. You took the first option, bro. You was too persistent on going in the house and staying, and you was too persistent on that first option, bro. You took that first option and left your brother out there. You was a coward.
his brother actually was not outside and he just ran outside to let the blicky off after a fight, you know what I'm saying? Then technically exactly. I'm about to say then technically that nigga dead ass wrong. But since the case was handled improperly, he basically just caught a free body. He basically just caught a free body. Let's keep it pushing.
And when I went down the street, while they're all in their car, I see two firearms pointing at me and my brother. And I couldn't believe it. It's just a split decision where I just feel like
now that's the error I'm not hearing. He said, "Why?" Listen to this.
I was pointing at me and my brother.
Listen.
Getting jumped by two of those guys getting kicked. So that's the reason why I went down the street. While they're all in their car, I see two firearms pointing at me and my brother.
Now, like I said, this shit got to get thrown out anyway, but this is definitely, like I said, how did you go?
That way, didn't young Pharaoh say that shit? Didn't young Pharaoh's story, wasn't his story like that? He said that they got into the car. Remember when he was like, I couldn't see him, I couldn't hear what they were saying, but he was saying something, I should shoot you in your face and pointing the gun. Didn't he say something like that about the robbery? It sounds very familiar.
Go from you went out there with the blicky because your brother was getting jumped to they in the car pointing guns at you and your brother. Because if they was jumping your brother when you went outside and you let the shots off, it would have been bodies on the.
You said the same thing about the robbery.
The ground, but it's not bodies on the ground. It's body it would have been bodies on the ground. It wouldn't have been no shots in the vehicle. So it's like, nigga, either you went outside and shot that motherfucking vehicle up before they pulled off, or you didn't. So if they was jumping your brother and you ran outside with an AR-15 or an assault rifle, and like I said, this shit still.
Bro, how you know how many people? He said 2 people was jumping his brother. There were 4 men. So that means 2 of those niggas jumped in the car and 2 of them stayed outside and jumping his brother. That's how you figure that out. It's not hard. It's not rocket science, bro. I figured that out within like a couple seconds. He said 2 niggas was jumping. If you listen to his story, if you listen to what he's saying and stop trying to spin your own narrative and actually listen to the details of the case, he literally just said 2 of them was jumping. Listen to what he's saying. 2 niggas was jumping his brother, and the other niggas was in the car.
He basically just caught a free body. Let's keep it pushing.
And when I went down the street, while they're all in their car, I see 2 firearms pointing at me and my brother. And I couldn't believe it. It's just a split decision where I just felt like.
Now that's the error.
2 firearms. That means 2 other people were not accounted for. No, he said while they're all in their car. But when he first said it, he said, no, he said while they're all in their car. Nope. You fucked up. You fucked up, bro. You fucked up. Nah, he ain't lying. He fucked up. He said while they all are in their car, I see 2 firearms.
I'm not hearing. He said, "Why?" Listen to this.
I was pointing at me and my brother.
Listen.
Getting jumped by 2 of those.
Oh, you saying that's what happened? 2 of them was in the car, and 2 of them was.
While they're all in their car, I see 2 firearms pointing at me and my brother.
Now, like I said, this shit.
He said while they're on there, 2 firearms. So that means. No, wait. Yeah, so that means 2 of them were jumping them, and 2 of them were in the car getting the guns. That's how you
get thrown out anyway. But this is definitely a horror. Like I said, how did you go from you went out there with the blicky because your brother was getting jumped to they in the car pointing guns at you and your brother? Because if they was jumping.
No, he's saying that's why he fired the shots. You're still not listening. You're still not listening. He said that's why he fired the shots. He fired the shots because he saw the gun. Because they pointed the guns. And earlier he said they were flashing guns from the very beginning. And then they got to jumping his brother. So they jumping his brother. He know they got guns. So he went and grabbed his guns. But when he come out, they still jumping his brother. Two niggas get in the car. They point the weapons at him. That's why he fired the shot. Listen to the... You couldn't be an attorney, bro. You don't even listen. You come up with your own narratives. How could you be anybody attorney when you don't even listen to the facts of the case? You come up with your own narrative. You hear what you want to hear, and then come up with your own narrative, and nobody can tell you nothing different. You couldn't be nobody lawyer.
I mean, your brother, when you went outside and you let the shots off, it would have been bodies on the ground. But it's not bodies on the ground. It's body it would have been bodies on the ground. It wouldn't have been no shots in the vehicle. So it's like,
wait, you're not making sense. If he came out, it would have been bodies in the ground and shots in the vehicle, bro. Because two people were jumping him and two people were in the vehicle.
Either you went outside and shot that motherfucking vehicle up before they pulled off, or you didn't. So if they was jumping your brother and you ran outside with an AR-15 or an assault rifle, and like I said, this shit still got to get thrown out.
That's where I'm gonna stop this shit at, man. Because I gotta get to this cookout. I wasn't even supposed to go live today. I wanted to see what the hell he was talking about. So let me get on out of here. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody that stopped by. Like I said, every live stream is y'all who make these lives lit. Don't forget to support the channel. The Cash App is going along along the bottom of your screen. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's your boy, the one and only Brenda's baby, Remy El Ma'at. You were just tuned into Ma'at TV. I see y'all when I see y'all. Until then, hold up. Until then.
You better be careful, little buddy.